the questions to keep myself aligned. Waste away the hours doing what I should, knowing that my soul tells me it's not for my own good.
So this morning I'm sitting here enjoying my CBD coffee. I love this coffee in the morning. I gotta tell you, like, it just rocks my world. All right, back to being enlightened. Enlightenment is something that you realize. Good morning, Nancy. Enlightenment is something that you realize. It's not something that you get. Okay, so it's not something that all of a sudden appears in your life. You know, you can now hold on, I have this enlightenment. So that's not what it means to be enlightened. The way that your life doesn't change when you become enlightened. You still have to do the things that you have to do. Those things don't change. But what happens is the way you look at those things changes. That's what changes when you become enlightened. Not the things in your life. You still got to do what you got to do. But the way that you look at those things change in your life, okay? It's like your eyes were closed, but now they're open. And you're seeing things with these new eyes, okay? So that's really part of what it means. It's a change in your attitude. It's a change in your attitude. So it's just about seeing things new, changing your attitude, immersing yourself in whatever that you immerse yourself in. Like, we're busy, you know, a lot of us have kids, you know, a lot of you people out there, not me, have kids, and, you know, they're going to soccer games, and you still have to go to work, and, you know, you got stuff to do with them and activities with your spouse, and you got to go, you know, there's all these things that you have to do in work or in your life. And just because you become enlightened doesn't mean that these things go away. Like, you still have to do these things, but it's about how you look at the things that you have to do. And it's about finding your peace. Finding peace when you're doing those things. Okay? An enlightened person knows that an enlightened person knows when they're acting like a jackass. Okay? So there's moments in our lives where we are acting not nice, bad behavior. Okay? An enlightened person knows when they're doing this. Okay? They can catch themselves in it. A person who is not enlightened, some people call them, and it's not because they're stupid, that ignorant, but I don't really like to use that word, so I don't like that as an opposite. But it's like the unenlightened person doesn't know. They're just a jackass for the sake of being a jackass. Like, they just don't know that they are. Okay, they don't have any concept of that whatsoever. You know, a narcissist is just a narcissist, and they don't know that they're being a narcissist. That's just the way that they are. You know, those types of things. So an enlightened person would know these things about themselves. They would be aware of what they're doing. Okay? And change it. They would be aware and change it. Okay? And enlightenment won't change your world, but it will change how you process your world. Okay, so it won't change your world, but it will change how you process that world. So that's also important to know. So for instance, let's say there's somebody in your life who behaves badly. You know, a friend who likes to gossip too much, or a person who likes to name call, or likes to try to make you feel small, okay, is patronizing, condescending, that type of thing. So you have those types. I'm just using those as an example in your life. You start to see them with new eyes, because those people have no idea what they're doing, clearly, unenlightened. And instead of looking at them with eyes of like, what a jerk, like, not those eyes where you're like, Jesus, I wish they would just stop being such an ass. Like, so not like that, more like with compassion. Understand that if someone is trying to make you small, it's because they feel small, whether they know it or not. When someone tries to overpower you, it's because they need to feel powerful. Okay? So if someone is cruel to you, or sometimes it's because they actually don't know how to be any other way. All right? Think of as someone who is crippled or handicapped in some way. If someone is crippled or handicapped or in a wheelchair, we give them a different tolerance level for bad behavior because, they're just not, there's something wrong, okay? But we can see it. It's something that we can see. It's something that we can relate to because we can see it. Being enlightened is seeing this at a different level. Some people are still handicapped or crippled, but from the inside. Or they're missing something. Okay, they're not missing an arm and a leg, but they are missing something. They are missing something not like that in a sense of like they've never been taught any other way of being. Right? So it's like if I go to, so I eat goat yogurt. Okay, I have dairy issues, so I eat goat yogurt. So if I went to a store every single time, to the convenience store down the street here, and I'm looking for goat yogurt, and they never have it. They never have it. So, but I keep going, and I keep looking for it to be there. Okay? But it's never there, and they're never going to get it until one day maybe somebody orders it, but they're not going to get it until that happens. So some people are like that. We look for things in people that they simply don't have. It doesn't mean that they don't want to give it to you. It means that they don't have it to give to you. So an enlightened person would start to understand this and have compassion for this, right? They would understand that this person just simply doesn't have it to give. Maybe one day somebody will teach them and they will know, but for right now, they don't. Okay? So, and also being enlightened is learning about what you are possibly missing. Okay? And doing something about that. Okay? So also learning what you are missing. All right? That's what makes you enlightened. Okay? So you don't say something, you don't set something free to be enlightened. You become the freedom. Okay, you don't set something free, you become the freedom. So it's like if you're looking at an eagle in the sky, all of a sudden you feel enlightened. You're not the eagle when you're enlightened. You're the sky. All right? You're bigger than that. So it's not about being the eagle, it's about being the sky. All right? So that's also a sign, is when you see yourself as the bigger picture. All right? And you become spiritually connected to all that's around you. You understand how connected you are to everything. All right? You don't change what you see, you just change how you see it. Okay? That is also becoming enlightened. Okay? So here's your challenge. Your challenges for the day. Or challenges for your life. Like seriously, like I give you guys these challenges at the end of almost all of my talks. And, I'm hoping that you're taking these challenges on. My desire is that you take these challenges on. But it would be really great to also, after you sort of notice some changes, if you would come back and make some comments and questions about that. Okay? So challenges for the day. Become aware of your own bad behavior. Become aware of your own bad behavior. Notice who you blame for things, and who you should be blaming. Who's really the person to be blamed, okay? Remember, if we point our finger at someone else, there's always 3 pointing back at us, okay? So who are you blaming for things? And become aware of your own actions, okay? So become aware of your own bad behavior. Notice who you're blaming for things, and become aware of your own actions, all right? Number 2, don't see enlightenment as an achievement, but rather how you choose to see things, okay? So that's your challenge also. So don't see enlightenment as an achievement, like I've achieved enlightenment. So don't see it as an achievement, but rather how you choose to see things. Okay? Good morning, everyone. 3, make an effort in your approach to things to see how you can find peace in them. So when you have all these things to do, right? Oh my God, I've got to do this, and 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 then I've got this to do, and I've got that errand to run, and all these things that you have to do. What we normally do is we let ourselves become overwhelmed by all the stuff that we have to do. All right? We just start flipping out over all the stuff that we have to do. We feel we're drained before we even start. Okay? So to be enlightened means you still have to do all that stuff. That doesn't change. But you can find your peace in doing it. Right? I have to do these things because I want to do these things, because this is my family, because this is my job, because this is what I've chosen to do with my life, and I am peaceful in it, right? So doing each one of your things on your to-do list as an enlightened person, finding peace in it, finding joy in it, all right? Not being stressed out about it. We can choose, and people walk around saying this word stressed, okay? It's a choice. It is a choice. Being stressed out is a choice. So choose to be enlightened and do things that you have to do, but with peace, because you want to, because you have joy. Find the joy in it, in everything. There is in everything that you can do, that you can find joy in everything that you do, okay? And don't walk around saying I'm enlightened. Oh, look at me. I'm so enlightened. I'm enlightened. Because usually the person who walks around saying that is not enlightened. Okay. So I would say go with practicing it and becoming it and finding peace in it and finding freedom in it, rather than walking around with a t-shirt saying that I'm enlightened. Okay, so just be it rather than bragging about something about it. So that's my talk and my challenges for this morning. I thought I would change this to a very early morning talk, but I'm feeling like that might not be the best idea. I'm not sure yet. I want to do this in the morning with you. I just can't seem to find the right time in the morning. So I would love to hear from you guys. So if you guys could comment or question about, put some comments down there, not just replay, okay, for those, because I noticed that a lot of you are watching this later. So don't just write replay, okay? Give me a time, okay? Allow me some enlightenment here. So give me a time that suits you. And I'm going to take a look at all those times and choose one that makes sense for most of you, okay? So choose a time that feels good for you and put it in the comments, and I will look at those times and choose one that I feel would be the best time slot to do this in the morning, okay? So have an enlightened day. Change the way that you see things. Find joy in the things that you do. Find freedom in the things that you do. Understand that enlightenment is not something that you get. It's a way that you see. Okay? It's the way that you see. It's seeing with new eyes. Okay? And just finding the joy and the amazement in things and feeling connected to everything that's around you. So that is being enlightened. Okay, good morning for those of you that have opened your eyes and come to see me this morning. And I will talk to you all soon. Have a fantastic day. Bye-bye. Mwah. Love you.
Look at my reflection in the mirror. I see that it's not the person who lives inside of me. Done with all the fear and doubts, the negativity. I'm shedding all the crap right now. I'm stepping into me.